Yeah, this is a test stream. I'm just kind of getting some. You guys can come hang out with me. I'm just kind of getting some stuff tweaked for tomorrow's stream. I kind of updated my graphics card. I just got through playing some Warzone with some friends off stream, trying to level up some stuff. What is this? The game crashed like as we were playing, so I just decided to get off and kind of work on some things. So I'm kind of just trying to see. Let's see if we go to. I want to benchmark this. Because I want to see how well the stream performs, and also like how well like the software and everything works. So I'm getting about 73, 86. You guys can watch this too. So refresh rate, average 88 FPS. So my GPU is like doing what it's supposed to. I just want to get higher resolution, like a higher output, like as I'm streaming. Just because like I notice that sometimes when I am streaming and I am playing at the same time, there's kind of a slight bottleneck. So I want to be sure that like my streaming portion is doing its thing, and then the like gaming portion is doing its thing. I don't have two PCs, but I shouldn't be getting like 50, 60 FPS, you know, while I'm streaming. Like I want to make sure I have good FPS, but still maintaining this performance. So maybe even like downgrading this to like 720 by 30, or even 1080 by 30. So let me see here. Okay, so we're gonna tweak that just a tad bit. I'm gonna come over here, change a couple things, go to the NVIDIA control panel. Let's see what we do here. Change resolution, 444. Okay. So I almost wonder if we just do this, what it does. Oh, that knocks it to 120. These all get knocked. Okay. I wonder what that does. Oh, that's Okay, so let's... Yeah, that like knocked it down for some reason. But I did also... Let's see. Auto. Boom. I also did change my shit like halfway through, so... Start it over. And like, you can see everything on the right side is like working perfectly fine. Total RAM used 16 of 31, and then Modern Warfare is only using 4 gigs. So like, for the most part, it's, you know, it's doing its job, essentially. And my graphics card is actually staying pretty cool as far as the temperature and everything. Excellent. Okay. So that is actually where I kind of wanted to be, because the total RAM, so I have 32 gigs of RAM. As you can see here on the right side here, we've got an AMD Ryzen 5 3600, 6-core processor. We need to go get some water. And Modern Warfare 2 pretty much used about 4, almost 5 gigs of that. Upscaling and sharpening is off, just because I don't know if I should put it on or not. I don't know. We'll play around with it here. That's why we're doing a test stream. Total video RAM used is 77% RAM out of the 12 gigs that it has. So it's doing its job. There's no bottleneck. I mean, as you can see here on the left side, the GPU is at 72%, and the CPU is about 28%. So there's give and take on both sides. Now, I'm not a guru. I'm not a, you know, I don't know all of what it is to have specs and everything like that. Like, I don't know the specs on what to use, but we've got an Ultra Gear monitor. I tuned it up to 165 hertz. So you can see here, essentially, it's using 164.955. So it's using that. Now, do I go here and change that? Is that gonna make a difference? I don't know. This is really just a stream to kind of gauge like where we're at as far as numbers. I'm gonna go get water and I'll be back. We ran into a dev error, huh? Yeah. Okay. So we boosted. I got some peanut butter. Anybody that knows me knows that I don't fucking just eat peanut butter by itself. But this shit is good. This shit is bussin'. Okay, so average FPS is about 92. That's decent, considering what we got going on as far as the stream. Display resolution. Let's see. Refresh rate is auto, so display resolution. I wonder if we do that. Okay, so let's try to use some upscaling. Okay, so it says it is recommended to turn off any sharpening techniques on your graphics card driver for the setting to work. I don't know. Oh, actually, yeah, I do. We've got some sharpening stuff over here. So now we're going to open this back up and apply settings. Now let's see what fidelity does. I'm not like a guru when it comes to this stuff, so sharpening is like stupid sharp. Like I don't know how to, like, says the sharpening stuff. I don't know what that consists of. I need to close out CapCut because I didn't realize that was still running in the background. So that may have some sort to do with it. Color settings. Okay. Just video color. So quality, let's go to performance. And let's try that. I'm not really sure what this is gonna entail, but we're gonna figure it out. I can honestly, oops. I can honestly probably change a couple things here. You see, like, fidelity for me is just not, I don't know. I'm not having a good time with fidelity. I'm not. Let's see what we got here. That peanut butter was good though. All right. Let's see what we got here. I just want to be able to have like good dev air. Okay. I just want to have good numbers, without losing a whole lot. You know what I mean? Like, I know it's gonna be kind of, you know, difficult, but I at least want to try something that'll help, if possible. See that's crazy, man. You guys can't see it, but on my end, the sharpness is just ridiculous. I mean, it's atrocious. Turn that shit off. I don't understand why it's a thing. It's supposedly supposed to help upscaling and sharpening to maximize performance and or sharpen the image, but to be honest, it does nothing for me. It's garbage. And like I said, I'm not some guru when it comes to, you know, graphics cards and stuff like that. I can tell you which ones are good and what you want to do, but trying to get the right FPS for this game is just this game requires a lot of resources, and I'm just trying to fine tune, you know, everything. Okay. See, like that looks a little bit better, but we're also not in the hundreds like we were. Pretty good. The thing is, Warzone is just such a such a GPU hungry game. There's a lot. So I'm losing a shit ton of frames during that explosion. They're not so bad. Okay, so our numbers are pretty much staying the same over here. Like the minimum used for Modern Warfare 2, our FPS, like it's pretty much around the same area as what it's looking like. Now, obviously I can go in and change some of these settings. And I'm also in NVIDIA control panel as well, if that helps. Shader optimization. So I'm honestly, I think let's do Filmic. Since we have everything turned off, I think because Filmic says post-process effect to reduce perceived jagged edges in the final rendered image. Anti-aliasing smooths out jagged areas. This is especially noticeable on diagonal lines. So we could put that to ultra if we wanted to. VRAM helps run the game's performance, but may cause hitching if not enough is left for other applications to use. When experiencing hitching, consider closing other unused applications or lowering the settings target. Lowering the setting may cause visual issues such as texture loading. It's at 85. I can probably set it to 90 just to see what it'll do. I also set it to Filmic instead of Estimate A, just to see what it's gonna do. So we'll see here. I wonder if I need to update my Windows driver. Should probably check that out. Yeah, it looks, I think, you know, I'm sure it could look better. Obviously, we're using Streamlabs, so we're probably this so okay, so it's a little bit better. Still using about 50% of the RAM. Total VRAM is about 80%, so we still got some gigs left over for whatever else we want to use or whatever else we want to run. The GPU is, if you guys see right there on the left hand side, it says bottleneck. That actually is really good because you want your GPU working more than your CPU is, because your CPU is processing everything. Your graphics card is basically rendering what's being processed. And your render is always going to be greater. It should be greater than your processor. So I'm having that's really good for my GPU to be working at 77% and my bottleneck with 23%. So average FPS is about 104 and the GPU is about 89. So usually the GPU, if there's not enough, the CPU will kind of take up some of that slack. So at least we've got some left over here. The GPU temp is actually a little bit cooler than what it was, because it was at about 66 earlier when we tried it. So it's actually at about 57 now average. So that's pretty good. What we can do here is we can go here and so there's a lot of things that we got going on here on our NVIDIA control panel. I'm gonna throw this over here so you guys can kind of see it. It lets me. So we got a lot of stuff going on over here. So we've got Warzone. I don't know if that's this. I don't know if that's the new one. I guess so. Anistrophic filtering. I'm not really sure what that means. Texture filtering affects the crispness of textures. Anti-aliasing is a fast shader-based good lord, say that 20 times fast. A fast shader-based post-processing technique that can be applied to any program, including those which do not support other forms of hardware-based anti-aliasing. So this is off. Okay. Do we turn this off too? Sets the maximum frame rate that GPU will render a game or 3D application. Limiting the frame rate can be useful for extending battery life or reducing system latency. Max frame rate. I mean, I don't think this thing is going to crank out anywhere near 200, but I'm just... monitor technology selects the technique used to control the refresh policy of an attached monitor. Multi-frame sampled AA works by reprogram. GPU render device. Power management mode. Maximum performance. Because honestly, like, I want the highest performance out of my graphics card. I mean, I spent $500 on the thing. I know it's kind of a streamline above average. It's not a 4090 or a 3090 or anything like that, but anistrophic sampling optimization limits the number of this setting only works DirectX programs. I mean, I'm gonna test it. I'm gonna see what it's like, and then we're gonna. Actually need to change the resolution for this shit. I don't remember what I was using. Was it? I don't remember. Was I using 140, 164? Okay. Shit. Okay. Let's see what this does. The thing is, you got your graphics card settings, and then you've got the settings in the game. So there's two different types of things going on here. And honestly, the stream can be fixed. We can fix that here in a second. Right out of the gate, we're noticing a little bit higher FPS than what we were doing. I mean, it hit 120, kind of at about 90, 130. I've never seen these things before. Lots of drop frames right there. Okay. Still, decent numbers. Still decent numbers. Okay. We can kind of go here and play around with some stuff. Just video image settings. Okay. Edge enhancement. Okay, so Warzone. Call of Duty, Vanguard, World War II, Modern Warfare Remastered, Modern Warfare 3, 2019, Modern Warfare 2. Okay. So okay. It essentially went down to Warzone. Okay, so I wonder shit. Wonder if that's what that was. what's okay? So anti-aliasing, game encryption. I mean, really, the only way that I'm gonna find out what works is just to try it. You know what I mean? Like I won't know what works unless I just keep trying. My numbers are good, but I just want to have a better chance of like steadier FPS. That's really what I'm going for. Because realistically, guys, like I don't have. It's not like I have a shit ton of stuff, you know, in the background. I mean, stupid dev error, but we've got our voice mod open. We've got Streamlabs, the BattleNet, and like Call of Duty itself. And that's typically like what we run on a day, on on a daily stream. You know, if we're not listening to music or anything like that, but chances are sometimes we are listening to music. But anything else, it shouldn't be. We shouldn't have any, crazy frame drop problems. This is barely pushing 60, 70. It kind of just does its own thing though. So, see, the thing is, guys, like, it's achievable. We can pop 135. We can get there, and the stream is live. Like, we're live. So, we're still getting about 84 FPS. I wonder, though, if we just go ahead and put everything to high, like, what that does. You know? Or even if we just go to... that, so I don't want to do anything that's going to ruin it. If I did it, probably would higher than what it's doing right now. So we're still at about 80-ish FPS. Yeah, we lost 1 frame. Let's try this now. Want to get things super right, y'all. Dude, fidelity just jacks my, and it's just so much, like almost too sharp, which in turn it's kind of helped. So we actually didn't lose a lot of frames right there, though. Okay, so before we were getting about 50 frames right in that area when the explosion came. So right there we get about 90. Okay. The only thing for me about fidelity is that it just oh my god. It screws with me, and let's do this. Let's see if that helps. Because look at that, GPU is working 82% and the CPU is 18. Like that's what we need, man. So that's perfect. The CPU is doing exactly what I needed to do. Nothing. Because you still want to have room for your CPU to do other things like Streamlabs or whatever the case is. Music in the background, if you want to watch another video in the background, whatever it is, we still want to have those things going. So here we may be able to see how strong it at the low 90s to about high 110. See, even right there, we didn't need to drop frames. Same thing there. 30. So if we can get our image sharpening, I think that's what's going to play the difference. Is that we can keep everything else at high detail, but everything we've got a 93 FPS, so we're getting there. I think it really just kind of depends on this whole fidelity slash. Now, what if we used? What if we use this? I wonder what that's gonna do. Let's try it. This is a trial and error stream. If you guys are watching this right now, tomorrow we're gonna be live with Big Tex. He got a PC today, so we weren't able to play multiplayer and do our 1v1. So we're gonna be doing that tomorrow. We might do some co-op. Might get him. Oh God, yeah, that's gotta go. we got to get rid of this one. Settings. Let me go to graphics. Okay, so let's just try ultra quality. And the sharpness can't be that high because we don't want, you know what I mean? Like, we don't want it to be too crazy. So we're achieving high FPS. We're pretty much deadlocked on center where we want to be. The other thing I have to do is just fix the stream because I know the stream is a little blurry. So we'll do that once we get everything fine-tuned here. But I mean, our average FPS is cranking up. I mean, we were in the lower 80s and now we're kind of on the high end of the 90s. Okay, so right here off the bat, we started out at 105. It still looks a little grainy and cartoony. We're at the high 90s, man. I mean, for what it's worth, it's whoa, we popped at 144. You guys see that? Boom, 135. That's awesome. Okay. We can keep this target. Oh man, if we can keep this target. Oh man, that's beautiful. We didn't get anything under like 80. Let's see what the numbers are. 105. Average is 105. I love it. Let's keep cranking. Come on. I like it. So right now we're at NVIDIA image scaling and we're at ultra quality. So I wonder what happens if we just kind of take her down all the way. Let's see how that does. We're at a 105. So okay. 112. Okay, so this actually looks pretty decent. We got good frames coming in here. 132, y'all. 132. Okay. Oh, this is perfect. This is King Daddy right here. I think this is gonna be our priority. As long as we can hold explosions under like let's see it. Average is 104 FPS that we got here. And honestly, if you guys take a look at it, so right there, the CPU was actually doing a little bit more work than the graphics card. So we did have a little bit of a bottleneck. Our render resolution, we might have to change that if we can. Display resolution. So let's write this down here, because we're getting some really good numbers here. I want everything to be so we've got NVIDIA image scaling, and that's at, I think I turned that to ultra quality. I pretty much have that at a 0. So what would happen if we start doing other things? So let's do NVIDIA DLAA. Let's do that. See where that gets us. I mean, and honestly, if the GPU is working more than the graphics card, then if our processor is working faster than the graphics card, that's kind of okay, because that still leaves room for us to do other things, which we're streaming. So that's the whole point of this whole experiment, is to see what kind of FPSs we can get while we're streaming. Because Warzone is a very GPU and CPU heavy game mode, as there's constantly things going on. It's a constantly evolving game as you go. So let's just see how we work it through it. Dev error. I'm pretty impressed with what we've accomplished, though, while we've been streaming, while we've been testing things out. Okay, DLAA is not the go, because there's no image scaling. About 90. We don't need DLA, just because that, I don't think that's the right, let's go AMD FSR and go see what ultra quality looks like. Because the game renders fine. It's just the quality of it. That's all. It's just the edges, certain aspects. We don't want to be playing Warzone at 60 FPS. It's ridiculous. We've spent too much money on a graphics card and 2 monitors and this whole setup, for us to just be getting bare minimum 60 FPS. So we'll figure it out. We're getting through it. If not, we can always go back to NVIDIA image scaling, because I think that was King Daddy right there. That was the highest that we've hit so far. Oh my god, so many dev errors. I wonder if it's because 130 FPS. Okay. So to me, that's kind of the cool thing about on console. You're just locked in as one specific FPS. Locking things in. You don't have to worry about tree images or quality necessarily because everything's pretty much locked up. So this wasn't too bad. Just the texture of it was a little funky, but so we still achieved 104 FPS there. Let's see. We did ultra quality. Let's do performance and see how that works. Because see how there's a 30, 60, 62 and 38% between the GPU and the CPU. The little bit that I do know is like that's okay. As long as it's not like 50-50 or like 40-60 or something like that. As long as we're kind of dividing it between the two, because each thing has to work its own magic, right? And so if you see here at the bottom, 30%, 38% of the bottleneck is going to the GPU, and we're getting a max of 117 frames. So we've got one written down here just in case we like something different. Oof, this kind of looks like I'm playing Roblox from far away at least. This is just strictly performance. So this is now higher FPS. So we're still putting out a lot of FPS right there. So that's not bad. 109. CPU is doing a lot of the work. So we might have to dial it back a little bit because we still want the CPU to do some other things. Unless that's... Yeah. Because AMD is really generally used for my Ryzen. But image scaling... Let's go to performance because I don't think we went through all of these. Let's put it to like 10. Let's see what that does. Okay, so this image scaling has to be kind of tuned up a little bit because we got jagged edges here. But I mean, we're still getting really high frames. Drop to about 60. This is your stupid performance, so this isn't quality. This should be good. 127 is the highest. 142 is the highest, but in that segment, 127 was. 108 FPS. I'm gonna keep pushing through this because I know we can achieve something here. I know we can get some different things to work here. Let's go Filmic. And then we're gonna go, let's go normal. We gotta fine tune these puppies. Is what I think is, like, if the CPU is doing the work, that leaves a lot of room for the GPU for other things. That's what I think, that's what I'm getting at. This out. Now we did have it turned off. Let's try that. This is the highest FPS, but the CPU is doing a lot more of the work than the graphics card is, so we kind of have to address that. So let's see, we're here back in the 60s. I think that's what we may go with. Because we get really good res right there. Certain pockets of resolution, we get really good stuff there. I don't know if we need to. What if we tried a higher resolution? Wonder what that does. We were we get shot. With that explosion, maybe have to kind of drop the resolution down a little bit to 100. So 90. Okay. The GPU is still working a lot. Okay. I just have a feeling that 100 is probably where we need to be. Anti-aliasing. We're hovering. We're hovering in that and really underneath. We're not getting the same range. Okay. 93 FPS. Okay. I don't remember what I tweaked. I think it was let me see. Okay. I think I'm okay with this, to be quite honest. I don't think I want to touch it. I don't think I want to touch any of this. Because it realistically we kind of achieved the goal, and I want to keep that goal. I mean, you can see the the weapon details a little bit better even. It's not as grainy in a way. So let's see what our first game does. I mean, boom, we're spiking at 120 right now. We're this is we got decent front.
Flash out! Enemy down! Changing max! C'est quoi ce bordel?
Enemy sniper here.
What's your talier? Changing max!
Hostile UAV in the area. Guys on the move.
Switching max! Took a round! I'm reloading! Drop their sniper!
Enemy UAV active. Standing by.
Covering your six. Recon flyover!
Copy. UAV orbiting the AO. Recon is online.
That's off the floor.
New mag. Moving here.
Clean as the guillotine.
Be advised, UAV is exiting the AO.
on station.
Throwing flash grenade!
I've got your back. Enemy spotted here.
We have secured the lead.
Come on.
Friendly UAV online. The enemy has the lead.
Exit coming!
Ghost online.
Throwing flash grenade! Flash out!
Hostile care package in the area. The enemy is gaining ground. Push them back.
Throwing flash grenade!
Hostile sentry is active.
Watching your six. Alive, soldier. You're right.
Hostiles launched a cruise missile. Hostiles launched an SAE. Hostile UAV in the
Changing
area.
backs! Look around!
Took a round.
Flash out!
Switching mags. New mag.
I'm hit! I got your back!
Enemy UAV overhead.
Throwing flash grenade! I'm reloading!
Our UAV is orbiting the area.
I just wanted to see how the game was going to perform while I'm streaming, since we kind of tweaked a couple things. So I'm gonna hop off of here. I'm gonna fix a little bit of the stream setup, and then I will catch you guys tomorrow. I'm out.